Take my hand, yeah, take my hand. Follow me, yeah, let's go.
Let's go.
To the
My brother, welcome back to Plastique Magazine. How you feeling on this warm Wednesday, family?
Yo, everything is everything, man. Big shout out to you, shout out to Plastique. And listen, man, it's interesting times we're living in, ain't it?
Very much so, very much so. I just appreciate you coming back to hang out with us, to talk about your new projects and all that stuff like that. Now, I know that you are an early morning hustler, so let's go ahead and jump into these questions and talk about some things.
Okay.
We know you, sir, as a media personality, a MC, and a father. But on June 11th, the world's going to basically see you give instruction in that sweet science.
Yes, indeed. Yo, going back to primitive caveman skills, man. June 11th, I'm taking on Kimbo Slice Jr, or Baby Slice, as he's known in these streets. And yo, listen, man, it's been a rocky road, far as just like, training, getting in a certain type of shape to do like, physical combat. Because it's one thing to be like, all right, I'm hooping, playing basketball, I'm in a flag football league, those sort of things. It's another thing to be like, all right, cool, let me let this guy punch me in the face and me try to hit him too. Especially like when you got stuff to do later, right? But
Right.
what I've realized over the last like 5 to 6 months is that I'm way more durable than I've ever imagined that I would be. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's one thing to take like a cardio class where you like punch in a bag, but it's another thing to hop in the ring with random people and fight those people and then shake hands and like, and hang out later. Cause usually like, when you fight is a fight, you know what I mean? So it makes you respect the science even more that like, a lot of people that go to these boxing gyms, they're just people trying to make each other better in the sweet science of boxing. So hopefully all of these things that I've been doing, pays off well on June 11th when I hop in the ring with a guy who's done this, a few times, you know what I mean? So I'm excited to see, how it goes down.
That's what I'm talking about as well. Yeah, I'm super excited. Of course, I'm going to be down there to watch everything. And, we're basically going to get an opportunity to see my brother put the mic down and only speak with his hands in that celebrity boxing ring. So it's going to be super exciting to see that. I know, and maybe other people may not know, but I know that you have a deep love for the sport of boxing.
Absolutely.
What do you think the younger version of yourself would be saying about this upcoming moment you're about to have in this ring?
Damn, it took us that long to do it. That's what younger version, because like this was something I always wanted to do. And I've had brushes with it throughout, my life, right? Like I remember like, I was still doing nights with Super K and Keynote. There was like a charity boxing thing that my man Action Jackson was piloting, right? And I got down with that. And I trained for about 6 weeks and, not as hard as I'm training right now. Cause like, you're younger and be like, yeah, I go to gym twice a week. I'll be guy. But, the night of the fight, I was telling my program director, so yeah, I'm gonna cut out about 7 because I gotta go do the fight. And he's like, what do you mean you're gonna cut out? You gotta be on the air. And I'm like, yo, we've talked about this. That's why I even mentioned it. And he's
Right.
like, at best, you can go at 9. And I'm like, son of a bitch. But at the end of the day, so when I left, because like I was late, they like threw somebody in there as my replacement. But the guy that I was gonna fight was supposed to be another like radio TV guy. It was like a Golden Gloves dude who apparently beat the brakes off of whoever the fuck they threw in there in my place. So, dodged the bullet that night, right? Because like, Golden Gloves level training versus a person that's going in there a couple days a week, completely different ball game.
A little bit different.
Way different. So here we are, fast forward to 2022, and I've been going to the gym like 4 days a week just to work on boxing, dropping weight. You know what I'm saying? Even today, like, was sparring with my coach. Friday back at it again, sparring some more. So not just, getting my cardio and conditioning together, but just the blocking, the defense, finding the angles and all that other stuff, working on southpaw techniques, orthodox, because I'm a southpaw. But working on like fighting a person who could switch up on you.
Yeah.
Because that was one of the first things I learned in sparring. Like I was, sparring with a guy and I was really like bringing it to him. And then he switched stances on me. And it was just like if I was started talking Japanese to you right now.
Right.
You know what I mean? Because like I wasn't expecting that. So the more you go, it teaches you more things to be on the lookout for, because every fight is different. You got some people that'll stand on the dime and just thump with you. You got some people that you got to stalk and chase down, and you got some people that's going to chase you down. So you got to know what all of that looks like and process it in a very short amount of time. Because, you know, some people would say 6 months isn't enough time to train for your first fight, but I feel confident what me and my team been doing.
Nah, man, and you look good, man. I saw you trimming down and doing your thing. Now, you talked about getting in the ring. What's some of the other things you're doing in terms of your regimen to kind of further get you ready?
You know, they always say, like, you know, a good diet starts in the kitchen. So, you know, like a lot of things that I love, like pizza, has kind of been out the window for a while. And I've, you know, because I've been like microdosing mushrooms, it's been blocking the receptors that make me want bad things. Like that's been the positive effect for me. So I'm not binge eating as much anymore. So it's easy to kind of like stay on task. The only downside is like sometimes I have to remind myself to eat, because when you go in the gym, you don't got nothing to burn off. You get gas quickly. I mean, like being a runner, Al, you understand.
Totally
so,
understand.
you know, like sometimes I'm like, yo, why am I so tired? And it's like, oh, because all you had was a protein bar and 7 grapes. And that's not even what they're telling me to eat. It's a choice, you know? So you live and you learn and you make adjustments. Other things that I think I've learned or had to adjust with is just really like, you know, you gotta take care of your body. That's so key. Cause like, you know, like I mean, we talk a lot, you know, like, oh, my ankle's messed up. You know, like I just have this like phantom injury that always returns. But what I learned is like, yo, man, listen, the same time you put into doing your exercises and your workouts, you have to do that post maintenance once you reach that 30-year-old mile marker, you know, for some a little bit later, some a little sooner, depends what you're doing. So, you know, like, yo, the same effort you put into working out, you need to take your ass to a yoga class. You need to go stretch. You need to go, like, you know, ice stuff. And
Recovery
it's
is
so
everything.
key. It's so key.
Recovery is everything. Now that you've gotten into this regimen and stuff, let's say post fight, it's over. You've done what you had to do. You have cracked heads. You've made it happen. How do you see it playing out post fight for you in terms of this type of regimen and such like that? Have you thought about that?
Absolutely. It's something that I actually want to keep going to do. Like not necessarily like jump back in the ring and fight another person in 3 months or 6 months, but the type of shape that this has gotten me in, the type of shape that I like. And as a person who used to fight frequently, non-sanctioned, you know what I mean? This still, you know, allows you to use your hands in more of a civilized way. You know what I mean? And burn calories. And I think, you know, between tennis and racquetball, I think boxing is the other amazing cardio for MCs. You know what I mean? With the energy and the breath control and all that stuff that we have to display on stage, a lot of this stuff is kind of synonymous. So I definitely enjoy it. I definitely think I'm going to keep going back to the gym. Shout out to Pepper Boxing, who's been training me on this whole journey. I'm going to keep rocking that. And yeah, keep going. Like, will I take another fight? It just depends, man. And it's not even a depends on if I win kind of thing. It just really, truly depends, because I'm one of those people who, when it's time to do something, I take it so serious that I don't do other things. Like I haven't been like caring about acting or even going on auditions or even writing comedy, because like it's really been lending my mind, body, and my energy to this boxing thing. I mean, I thank God I finished microdose before I started boxing, because I don't know if the project would have been done, because like
in that space,
when I get home, I don't feel like rapping.
You know, totally understand. Well, as usual, you being the segue king, we're gonna switch gears and actually talk a little bit about that music. One of the many reasons I enjoy your music is, you know, I can see and hear the levels of detail that you put into your work. You know, it's always there, and that type of consistency is just super impressive to me. Your new single, "Violence," is the perfect mood for that nice guy that feels like his capacity for savage acts is being severely underestimated.
Yeah, I can't like confirm or deny this, Al, but I heard Will Smith listen to it like on the way to the Oscars. That's what I heard. I can't.
I can believe that. I can believe, based upon what he was doing, I can totally believe that. Now, how did you and Higgy, Miss Young, Wild and Free, cook this up? Let's talk about Violence.
Yo, I've been supposed to work with Higgy for like 4 years, and it's just timing. It just, especially like when I would first run into Higgy, it would always be like really weird events, right? And she's like, yeah, I produce, da 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 da, and I'm an artist as well. I'm like, oh word, that's what's up. And like her energy was just dope. I was drawn to her energy, so I took her number down and just always tried to remotely just keep on the radar and just like post and like, oh, you're doing a thing, I support that. That's what's up. Right. And then we tapped in again when we were doing the take events, because I was looking for a producer who would like have make a really dope beat for one of the segments. And Higgy stood up, rose to the occasion, and turned in something dope. So Action Park, I was still trying to put that project together, and I felt like I had all the records I needed for that, but I always told Higgy, we're going to lock in and do something. So when it was time to do this new project, I like finally hit her up. I'm like, yo, hey, what are you doing? Like let's go to the studio. And we went to the spot, and she played me. I played her where I was at with Microdose at the moment, like where the project was going. And I was like, yo, what do you think it's missing? And then one of the first beats she played was Violence. And I was like, email that to me right now. I'm going to make this record happen, and we're going to cook it up. Like this, I don't know what's going on in the world right now, but this is going to start the project off. I didn't even know what I was going to say at that point. And as I'm riding on the way home, sliding down 20, the words just started coming up to me. Woke up today and chose violence, came to the killer shit while I'm smiling, wilding. And the rest of the record wrote itself. It truly did.
It's my new treadmill song, and I've been going hard at it. And actually, I haven't told you I'm gonna put a segment together myself with that particular song in that or whatever. I'll of course include you in that. But that treadmill energy that song comes for, my God, when you say woke up today and chose violence, and then when it drops and you do the hook level on 10, I was like, listen, this song is everything. I love the energy behind it. And I love what you were saying. And again, I feel like it's that soundtrack for that person that's underestimated, that nice guy who really wants to rip someone's head off because everyone continues to keep kind of putting them in a certain box and phase and kind of underestimating what they do. So I'm glad that you'll have an opportunity to release that savagery and to get that energy out when you kind of do what you do on June 11th. However, with this song, I know it came together. You said that it happens to fit what you're about to do right now in terms of that. So it makes me say that there's no such thing as a coincidence. But when was the fight kind of in process when you were kind of, putting it together in your head, and when you kind of came to the concept?
When I got that beat, I thought I was fighting in March, when I got the beat, you know what I mean? Because I think I started working on that song, let's say maybe November, December. So, but like, it wasn't like, this is what I'm coming to the ring to, because like, I just didn't know, but it wasn't until everything got recorded, put together, got the dope mix back. Shout out to Ashley Roberts. Then I was like, yeah, like I'm actually coming to the ring to this. This is definitely going to start the project off. And, and the rest kind of just did itself. I feel like the universe makes things come together the way they need to. And the timing was just perfect, man. And like, Higgy is just such a talented female, not even just as a producer, but also as an artist herself, because she got like some bops, that are her bops, you know what I mean, that people need to get hip to.
Oh yeah, I definitely been plugged in terms of that. So shout out to Higgy for putting together a dope ass beat. Shout out to you for putting together a dope ass project in general.
Thanks, Al. Yo, wait till you hear this other record she did for me. She did this other record called Sumo, and Sumo is just, it's like ignorant affirmation music.
Okay. We need to do your affirmation music.
We do. You know what I'm saying?
We need it badly.
Yeah, like, because people like to come up with these affirmations like, I want to manifest these things. But sometimes you need a ratchet affirmation song. And that's what Sumo is. So when people hear that, they either gonna like love it or be like, yo, Crack really lost his fucking mind. But I'm excited.
I'm excited for it. Well, any other projects or things that you got coming up? Because again, I know you're early morning hustler, so I'm gonna let you do what you do. Anything else you got going on? Any other projects you want to shout out? Anything else you want to talk about?
I'll be on the lookout for the video for Violence, man. It was directed by a very talented young lady by the name of Kansas Bowling. That video is coming out, I believe, the week of the fight. Then after that, 2 more singles are gonna be coming off of the Microdose project. You got the A side, Violence, out right now. The B side is For the Love.
Love for the love.
And Bodega Brothers, we got some things in the pot right now stirring. We got a show coming up May 27th in Dallas at a spot called Ruins. It's an all ages show. So if anybody's watching this on the plastic side of things, be sure you come on out. It's an early show. Doors open at 7. We're getting you out of there by 10 because it's all ages show.
That's what it is. Hey, believe in Bodega. Y'all make sure that y'all go pick up some of Crack's previous releases like Action Park and a whole bunch of stuff that's out on iTunes and everywhere else. This man's been making music and hits for a very, very long time. Make sure you check him out. Also, make sure you check him out on The Morning Hustle with Lauren Gal and a variety of other cool people that come in there and talk about life, culture, and everything else. And of course, Dish Nation with all those wonderful people who've been doing their thing for many, many years, bringing you all things in culture, life, and everything in between as well. My brother, it is always a pleasure to kind of hang out with you. I love you and I support you, and I'll be right there June 11th to watch you do what you do, to put the microphone down and only speak with your hands on June 11th. Let's go.
Indeed, Al, much love to you. Shout out to all the viewers. Shout out to Plastique Magazine. And your energy is always welcomed and appreciated, my brother. Thank you so much, man.
Love to you, man. Get some rest. I'll talk to you soon, bro.
Will do. Violence, June 11th. Let's get it. Bow.
Let's go.
Peace, my G.
Peace, my brother.